right, let's get started. We're going to go ahead, we'll open up Premiere Pro. This will take a couple seconds depending on how fast your computer and how much RAM you have on your computer. It's going to bring up this splash screen, and from within this splash screen you have several different options. On the right are previous projects that we've already created, and then to the left we have a couple other little buttons here. We have new project, open project, new team project, and open team project. For this video we're just going to stick with creating a new project. So if I click on that icon, it's going to bring up this new preview window. Now this is what you're going to name your project. At the very top there you'll see it's highlighted in blue. For this purpose we're going to call our project New Project. Okay. Below the project name you have location. This is where it's going to be saved on your hard drive. So it's going to save all the files associated with this project into that file. Okay, now I've already created a folder and I've already made that. If not, then you would hit this little browse button and you would go on your drive and find out exactly where you want to save it. Since I've already created, I'm just going to say cancel, and we're going to go ahead and create this project. All the rest of the settings we can leave the way they show it up as default. So we'll hit OK. It's going to then bring up our workspace. This is how we're going to make our movie and work around within this workspace. It's divided up into 4 different panels. You have here a source panel, a preview panel, a timeline, and a media panel. For this video, we're just going to stick to the basics. We're going to teach you how to import media, and there's several different ways that you can do this. The easiest one being to double click on this box below, and you can see that it's highlighted in blue. That means that is the current window that is active. Okay, so if I double click, it will bring up a window to search on our drive for the media that we want to import. So that would be the first way. So you double click on that box, or you can come up at the top and go File and Import. It's going to again do the same thing. It's going to bring up another window that you can select your media and import it into Premiere. There's also shortcuts that you can do. Now this is going to be different from Windows to Mac users. I'm using a Mac, so for my purpose the shortcut key would be Command-I. On Windows it might be Control-I, I'm not sure. You'll have to look that up. If you look here in the file beside Import, you'll see the shortcut key that is associated with your computer. So again, I'm on a Mac, so that would be Control or Command-I. Okay, the last way we can import media is to bring up a Finder window. In Windows it will be Explorer, and I can find the media that we want to import, and let's just go ahead and we'll import a video file to start. So let's just take, if we can get into our video files, and here we go. Okay, so we found a video. I can take that and drag it into our media box, and you'll see now it's going to start importing, and here we have it. It's now imported into our project. From here we can start making our movie. So whatever we drag into our media, we can then bring it into our timeline. Our timeline is what is going to make up our movie. So if I drag that into our timeline, you'll see then it has created a preview window up here in the top right. This is what is associated with the file here. This little scrubber bar here, I can scrub across and it will show you exactly what was on that file. So we have a video file. It's made up of video on top and audio on bottom. You can have several different video files and several different audio files stacked up on each other, and we'll get into further of those in a later video to show you exactly how to manipulate them within our timeline. But for this purpose, we're just showing you how to bring the media in and how to control it. The preview window, as we said, will show you exactly what's on this file, and it has a bunch of different controls that will allow us to work across this timeline. This almost acts like a DVD player you would have at home. You have a play button, you have a rewind button, you can go frame by frame, or you can go to the beginning of the clip, I can go to the end of the clip. If I want to just play through it, if I hit the play button, it will then start playing that video. Okay, and if it had audio to it, you'd be hearing the audio as well. This particular clip doesn't have any audio associated with it, even though you can see an audio file here. It's actually muted for this particular video, so that's why we don't see any audio waves along that audio file. Let's just grab some audio and bring it in so you can see how the audio file would look on our timeline. So I'm going to go ahead here and find some audio. Okay, we found an audio file. We'll import it into our media section, and from here I can drag this onto our timeline. Now you'll notice that the video parts are on top and the audio files are down below. Now you can actually see the wave file that's associated with that audio file. And beside it I have these little lines going across. I can adjust the height of them by just dragging down, and now that makes this little window here a little bigger. So now we can actually see the wave file within that audio file. And if I take my scrubber bar across it, you can hear the music as I go across, and I can stop that right on a spot within that audio file. So as you can see here, we have a little peak. If I wanted to do something that starts right on that beat, I can then drag something and start right on that spot. Okay, so to recap, we've now showed you 4 different ways that you can import media into Premiere Pro, how to drag them onto our timeline so that we can start our video project, and how to play across our timelines using the DVD-like controls along here. And there's some other buttons as well, as you'll see here, and we'll get further into those in other videos. But for right now, we're just giving you the basics. So here you have it. You've now started with Premiere Pro. You've got your media, your audio, and now you can start making that movie. So I'm hoping that this tutorial on bringing media into Adobe Premiere Pro helped. For more information and more great videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And as always, tight lines anglers, and see you again in another episode of the Inner Bay Angler Extreme Fishing TV.